Recently, I stumbled across this neat project called the Pixless camera. It's a camera that takes super low resolution photos at 256 by 128 pixels, using customizable limited color palettes designed to take photos in the style of pixel art. Since two of my interests are photography and game development, this project is really appealing to me, and I can't wait to get a unit when they start shipping to the public. They haven't been released yet, and I've been itching to try it so bad that I decided to see if I could get close to replicating the results with my phone, or any camera really, and I've had a bit of success. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get really similar results to the Pixless camera for free using a program called LibraSprite, and photos from any regular phone or camera. If this kind of thing interests you, I'd still recommend you pick one of these Pixless cameras up when they are released to the public, as I think the company making these should be rewarded for doing something unique and actually interesting in the photography space. Plus, I bet it's going to be way more fun to use and be more of a streamlined experience than this method I've come up with. The first thing you will need to do is download the program LibraSprite. The link for this program will be in the description, and it is available for Windows, macOS, and Linux. Once you have that downloaded, head on over to the lowspec.com palette list database. You might be familiar with it already. Here you'll find a ton of really awesome pre-curated color palettes that work not only well for this, but are amazing for game dev or just art in general. Scroll through the list and download a few of these palettes that look interesting to you, or if you want to get really crazy, try your hand at picking the colors out yourself, but I warn you, it's a lot harder to make a color palette that's decent than you would think. Once you have all these downloaded, put them all into their own folder somewhere on your computer, somewhere you'll be able to remember, because we'll be coming back to it later. Trust me, it's a lot easier if you put them all into their own folder. I have mine labeled palettes, and I keep it in the pictures folder. If you want to more closely emulate the look of the Pixless camera, go and crop your image to a 2:1 aspect ratio. If you don't know what that means, or you don't care about closely mimicking the look of the Pixless specifically, any aspect ratio is fine. This cropping step can be done in pretty much any image editor. If your image editor doesn't offer 2:1 aspect ratio, 16:9 is pretty close and should be in pretty much any image editor. Next, you're going to want to open LibraSprite. Then, we're going to open the image that we want to pixelify, or whatever you want to call it. Then, for these next steps, make sure to do them in this specific order for the best results, otherwise your dithering won't look as good. First, navigate to this top bar and click on the Sprite tab. Then, click on Sprite Size. Make sure that this lock ratio box is checked, and in this width bar, type 256. This is downscaling your image to the same width as the Pixless, and if you previously cropped your image to the 2:1 aspect ratio, it should automatically scale your image to the correct height as well, as long as you checked the lock ratio box earlier. Next, navigate to this hamburger menu icon and click on Load Palette. Navigate to the folder you saved your palettes in earlier and select which palette you want to use. Finally, go back to that top bar and click Sprite again. Hover over the Color Mode option, then select Indexed Ordered Dither. Now all we do is go to File and export the image. If you want to make your image more easily viewable, I'd recommend scaling it up 500% as you export it using this drop-down menu here. And that's it. That's how you emulate the look of the Pixless camera for free. Now you can experiment with this interesting way to do photography and create some unique looking photos. If this is something that piques your interest, I'd really recommend purchasing a Pixless camera when they come out. Like I said earlier, it's really cool to see people doing something interesting in the photography space like this. And, I think they should be rewarded for their efforts.